everybody to a new YouTube video. Today we're going to be watching what being unemployed taught me about people. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys like my videos, because if you guys don't like my videos, what's the point of subscribing? And also, if you guys want to join my Discord server, yes, the Discord server is going to be in the description if you guys are wondering. Let's just get into the video.
What being unemployed taught me about the people around me. Now, this topic is a very kind of funny topic to me because it just sounds so stupid when you say it out loud, but unfortunately, a very harsh reality is present in what I'm about to talk about. So, for those of you who don't know, haven't watched any of the other videos,
yeah, I haven't watched those guys' videos. This is my first video, by the way.
During the October, very start of October 2025 until mid-November, maybe a little bit later, it was around 5 to 6 weeks. For 5 to 6 weeks, I was unemployed. Just to let you know, I got my first job at 14 years old. I have been employed at, I think it's been maybe 6 jobs in my lifetime since I was 14.
How old is he?
So it's many years. I was only unemployed, not including the time before obviously I was able to get a job, but I've been unemployed for a grand total of 5 or 6 weeks since I first got a job. And that was in 2025 October. That wasn't when I was younger or this current moment. I was unemployed for a grand total of 5 to 6 weeks. Every other time in my life, I've had a job. And again, that doesn't mean that I was working a full-time job, working a bunch of hours. I was definitely really lazy working when I was younger. I was probably barely scratching 10 hours a week during most of my school time. I was very lazy and I wasn't working that much. But the point is, I always had a job. I never didn't have a job. Moving forward, I got moved to a full-time position. Well, after, obviously, they offered it to me and I accepted it. So in March 2024... I worked full-time for about a year and
So I'd say this guy graduated high school then.
a half. Then I quit on my
Why'd you quit, bro?
birthday, or a little bit before that, I think it was. And then I quit. It was 2 weeks notice, and then I quit. I was done. And for the first time in years, I was officially unemployed. True.
No, but the thing is about unemployment, you don't. There are many meanings like unemployment. I'm unemployed because I am a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer, which you could see in the link in the description. My links. I do that job, but the thing is, when I do that job, I enjoy it, so I continue doing it. But technically, since I don't get any money, I'm unemployed. When I'm older, I'm hoping that YouTube and Twitch could be a side hustle.
In the sense, I was still applying for jobs, but I didn't have anything lined up. I had a bank account to back it. I knew how much I needed to spend on my expenses, and I was just fuck it. I can't be here anymore, and I quit. In those 5 to 6 weeks that I was unemployed,
I bet he's gonna say I started making YouTube videos and I became really popular.
the most important thing I learnt was how differently the world treats you when you don't have a job.
Because when you don't have a job, people assume you're lazy and everything. But of course, I don't know this because I'm only 13. I turned 13 in April. But of course, I don't know this. But I do know the experiences of being unemployed.
And I shit you not, I was looking at people sideways after the reactions I was getting. And it's not that leaving your job and not having a job lined up is a smart idea. It's not a smart idea. It's just a decision I made in the moment because I was that unhappy and I knew I could do it based on my situation and resources. Big emphasis on that. I had the resources, money, and ability to do that. I had the comfortability enough to do that. So don't just do it because you heard a random person on the internet say he did it. I did it knowing I could do it. But anyway, when I did it, the first week it was chill, no dramas. The second week, my dad's side, they obviously knew about it. The second week, when they picked up the phone to call me, I had never felt more judged in my entire life.
Yeah, the thing is, people are gonna judge you a lot.
By them. And these are the type of people who don't think the internet is real. These are the type of people who listen to AI
Same thing as my parents. They listen to AI videos and expect them to be real, even though at the time they're fake.
music because they think it's real. Like, this is the type of the generation of age we're talking about. So for them to not only obviously not believe in anything to do with online careers, for them to hear I was unemployed, it was like starting World War III. They would not let it go for the life of them. And I don't live with them, I don't talk to them, I don't see them too much. But just the amount of negativity and backlash and, just judgment I got from them was just astounding. It really made me realize how people look at certain people in society. And this is my family. This isn't like some random Joe off the street who I don't really know. This is like people I've known for years. And for them to be so judgmental and so just like, you're worthless, pretty much, because I didn't have a job, it just like dumbfounded me. I just couldn't believe it. And they're very like university, college orientated. So is my other parents' side as well. But just to hear it so like,
Well, when it says university judgmental, is he talking about like kids going to college after high school? Because I also think that, yeah, when I'm older, I'm gonna try to go to college, but I don't think my mom would push it that seriously because my brother only went to trade school.
like blatantly thrown in my face was just something I didn't expect. It's not that I thought they would be overly joyed about me being unemployed, even if it was for such a small amount of time, but you just wouldn't expect to get that reaction from your own family, especially considering they knew how much I'd saved, how long I had worked for in my life, and obviously what I was doing. It's not like I was just not working, not studying, doing nothing with my life, being a degenerate. Like, I was actually doing things and working towards things outside of the job, but they just completely ignored all that and just thought I was just some homeless guy on the street living off drug money or some shit like that. And that was just one side of the coin. That wasn't anybody else. That was the first example. Now, fast forward. I'm enjoying my leisure time. I'm waking up a little bit later, getting my sleep-ins, going to the gym. Next thing was the friends.
Dude, once you tell your friends, it's either you have supportive friends or you have friends that are genuinely gonna roast the heck out of you.
When obviously they heard that I'd left, they were obviously supportive, but they were also quite judgmental. They were like, "Oh, what are you doing? Are you gonna why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" And I could just feel the tone change in some of them. And it's like some of them I still talk to, some of them I don't talk to at all. And looking back, maybe this is what started that downhill spiral of our relationship. Maybe could have been them thinking my life.
If you're not employed, let's say you're going out somewhere, you gotta ask your friends to buy you stuff.
Life was going in the gutter for not having a job for a grand total again of 5 weeks. I'm gonna keep emphasizing this because I just think it's that crazy. But I could feel the tone shift. I could feel the judgment. I could feel the kind of like, "Oh, what are you doing in life?" type of thing. And it was just a very unpleasant feeling because obviously I pride myself in trying to keep myself to a certain standard, as most of us do. But really looking back and seeing how this all unfolded, it's really hard for me to not look at it as people just looking down on me from all age demographics. Because
the younger the people, the more they're gonna believe in you. The older the people, the more less supportive they're gonna be.
as much as I love my family, like, that's not the type of way you should be talking to your kid. Like, that's not how you should be treating them.
All parents would be talking to you like that, especially if you're from Europe. Like, I'm not from Europe itself, but my parents are Polish. Dude, if I told them I quit my job to go to YouTube, they think that something was wrong with my brain.
When you're in the process of experiencing life, especially at the young age I'm at. Like, I'm not an old guy. I know some of you might think I have wisdom beyond my years, but I'm not that old of an adult. Like, I'm still in my early 20s, right? But
And I'm still in my early teens.
fact that, like, this is the first time ever that I'd left a job, it just kind of baffled me at their reaction. Especially with the friends too, given that they were also unemployed for quite a while as well. So for them,
So what? I'm gonna be really surprised if the unemployed friends are judging, because if they judged him, I don't know why they would even be judging if they don't have a job in the first place.
To be so judgmental, it just kind of threw me for a loop because it
Exactly. What? No, but the thing is, why are the unemployed people judging him just because he's unemployed for a week or two? No, he said 5 weeks.
was just like, bro, like, what are you talking about? You were in this situation
You're
too.
unemployed
But like,
too.
it was always
And I tell them, you can't be unemployed? Well, guess what? You've been employed for 2 years and you're still not working with your job. You're still living on your parents' rent money. You're probably going to work at McDonald's for the rest of your life. I tell them that.
like backhanded comments. It was always like side reactions. It was always like there's another meaning here that's not being said. And that's the way it felt with a lot of them. Despite obviously a lot of hands-on, first-hand criticism, there was also a lot of backhanded criticism. A lot of like, why are you saying that? You know what I mean? And that's what I kind of learned about being unemployed is just how the world kind
It's how the world around you affects you.
of treats you when they know that information. It's like they look down on you. They look at you as like you're some burden and disappointment because you don't have a job. And it made me think about all the people who are struggling to get jobs in our current society. You know, all the young adults, people in the workforce, people
And the worst part is that it's really hard. It's harder to get a job now than it was back then.
who don't may not have the resume or the ability to get even a simple job because it's just other people coming
Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards. Sign up for Microsoft
in or whatever's happening, and it made me think like, damn, what are these people dealing with? Because I can only imagine how these people would feel coming from debt from their degrees, not able to financially support themselves. The people around them probably making sly comments and judging them for not working when they don't even have a choice to be working.
Okay,
Like
like that I understand, but if the people are judging you, then why are they judging you in the first place? But this guy, hold on, sorry, I gotta explain this good, so you guys understand. This guy is explaining unemployment really good, because 3/4 of probably this entire country is probably unemployed because they simply can't find a job, maybe even 2/4. And then the other 2/4 of unemployment are either they're doing YouTube and actually gaining money and supporting themselves, or or they're genuinely dumb. They're dumb. They don't know how to do anything, or genuinely they can't afford it. Cause what the other two and I oh I'm explaining this wrong. But let's say America was split into halves. I'm pretty sure that 2/4 of it would be people that are unemployed that can't get a job because of, let's say, their ability, or maybe there's too much people working at their dream job, or maybe someone outscored them. Well, and the other 2/4 is YouTubers, which is also a good job, but you're still technically unemployed, and also people that are lazy and who don't want to get their ass up and work.
it just really made me think about what are other people dealing with when it comes to this, because if I'm getting ostracized so much for just choosing to be unemployed for a temporary
Yeah, like he says, if he chooses to be unemployed, what about other people that are or have to be unemployed?
time, what about the people who are unemployed without choice, who may be a quote unquote unemployed failure for longer than someone like me or whoever else is in my situation? It truly made me like think like, damn, bro, like
I feel bad.
when did it get so bad?
Exactly.
And it's just something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. And I know a lot of people will say it doesn't matter what people say, you know, you got to do what you love doing and do what's right for you. But it's not that it's got me down in a mood or anything, or it had me feeling so upset. Obviously, you know, I've been at my new job now for like what 6 or 7 months, no pun intended. And like everything resumed normally. And a funny thing as well, during that time, I did things like getting my license, getting these certain things done, and it was crickets for people who would judge so heavily on the things I hadn't done. As soon as I'd done them, it was just like, oh, cool, that was it. So these people who would ostracize and push me down and tell me that I needed to do all these things to be successful or to have this or to be normal or whatever, once those things were done, they had nothing to say. There was no congratulations or you find that it was just crickets. Which means, did they truly even care in the first place? Or did they just want to have a reason to be angry? And that's what
That's the mess thing about unemployment. I just after watching this video made me realize of how unemployment works. I genuinely feel bad for all the people that can't get a job because of how judgmental their parents could be or how judgmental other people could be.
I think a lot of
Like I feel bad for this guy. He was unemployed for I would say about, what he said 5 6 weeks. He got judged. He got a job, a high paying, maybe not high paying job, but a job that could help him live, a job that could help him live in a beautiful house. I don't know if he has a girlfriend or not, but do that, right? And people are silent, not telling him, "Oh, congrats. You really deserve this."
reactions to this should be. It's not that there should be some negative response you should give. It should just be like, alright, I heard you, cool, move on. Because ultimately, you can't change people's opinions. People will always think what they want to think. If people think you're a failure because you're temporarily unemployed or you're unemployed by
They're gonna think you're a failure for your entire life.
force, it is what it is. You can't force people to believe you're not just because you have the credentials. If you know that you're not, you know your situation, you know where you're heading, that's good enough. Like, you can accept that internally. If you can accept and you know that this is not going to be forever, and you really do know that, and you know that I'm not going to be in this spot for the next few months, like I'll figure it out, then why, belittle yourself just because the people around you tell you that, oh, because you don't have this, you're
Like I'm doing this to myself. I think I'm a not. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily. I don't. Hold on. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily thinking that I'm a bad person, but sometimes I belittle myself or I bully myself because some other kid that I barely even know just walks up to me and says, "Oh, you suck at this, you suck at that," and then I realize that cause to me, I as a YouTuber, I haven't told any of my friends. I only told friends that I could trust that I have my own YouTube channel, and they're supporting me across the way. I thought if I'm just scared to tell more people about my YouTube channel because the more people I tell, the more scared I get that I'm gonna get judged, bullied at school, and that stuff. But now I came to a realization that even if I get judged or bullied, it doesn't matter. I'm doing what's fun.
lesser than me. Like, it's the stupidest thing ever. And it's something I had to learn a lot over the last few months, is accepting that, alright, these people are just, they're just ranting
They're just stupid for thinking that just because I'm not doing something that they probably thought I'd be doing means I'm dumb.
and rambling and probably coming from their own insecurities or beliefs. It's probably not how they truly feel about me, specifically the individual. It's more a reflection of how they look at those types of people. But at the end of the day, it could also just be people showing that they care for you in their own weird, twisted way, despite me not agreeing with that sentiment at all.
That is a really twisted way. People are like, "Oh, you're a failure. You shouldn't be doing this. You suck." Like that's failure.
I guess it could be that too. But I mean, look. All I could say is if you're unemployed, just get a job, bro. If you're homeless, just get a house.
Well, what a ending.
Because that's just the logic that people want to live by these days. But in all seriousness, look, just trust yourself, trust your situation, give yourself some time, some breathing room, and again, not all criticism or all things said to you by adults or people older than you or people who claim to know more about you than XYZ is always correct. There's room for human error, there's room for people to make mistakes, and there's room for you as a person to grow and learn things. So even if there's periods that may look a little bit darker than others, it's okay. You can be unemployed in your mum's basement, it's fine, just not forever. As long as you're working towards getting out.
Yeah, like let's say if I'm older and let's say I don't do a good job, I'll live at my mom's house and hope that I can become popular on YouTube. But think about it. I hope I get a good paying job someday, and I hope YouTube just becomes a side hustle, so I could support myself and my family.
That situation, then that's a start. They say, to get to a dream, or to achieve a dream, you have to start by starting it. But anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.
Alright guys, thank you guys for watching this video. As you guys know, I work really hard on these videos. I'm going to try to be posting more. As you can see, I posted a video yesterday. Right? Yeah, yesterday was Monday. So, just to tell you guys, I will be posting every day this week. Today's Tuesday. So I'll try my best though to post every single day of the week. Make sure to like and subscribe. You guys are the best people in the entire world. My 26 subscribers, you guys are the best people. And make sure to encourage more people to watch my YouTube channel. Thank you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys like my videos. If you guys don't like my videos, what's the point of subscribing? Peace. You guys are awesome, and make sure to join the Discord in the description.